I think this is the part where normally people start to freak out a little bit, because what they just spent, well, for me, $100 on is not showing any signs of working, but I have faith. I feel like it's been a while since we've done a Craigslist ride-along. I'm going to meet a person that I emailed for a fully built computer. This was actually a listing that Brad K, one of my viewers that is on Twitter, and he also attends a lot of the Windows Shop weekly streams. He's the one who tipped me off on this one. It's up by where I live, and it's got a Skylake Phenom G4400 in it. It uses DDR4 RAM, which this system has 8 gigabytes in it. So he's asking $100 for the entire build. Don't know anything about the power supply, I don't care about it. It comes with a, I think, 320 gigabyte mechanical drive, but also a 128 gigabyte solid state drive. Just by hearing those specs, this computer is worth more than $100. DDR4 RAM is so expensive right now. It's still in the upwards of $70 to $80. Then you tack on the price of the used G4400, which I think that's still worth about 25 to up to 35 bucks. You can sell that to cryptocurrency miners because they actually use those basic processors. They don't need the best ones out there. They just need whatever is capable of running their mining rigs. Then you add on top the motherboard, which is another 25 to 30 bucks or so. So you're already past the $100, threshold. Then you throw in the mechanical drive, the SSD, and the case and all that, and that's like free stuff. I actually didn't go far enough, that's why I didn't see you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My name's Danny, by the way.
I'm Nick.
Nick, nice to meet you. Is it alright if I bog this? I didn't see the power supply on the listing. Do you know what it is?
I think it's a 500 watts that's in it.
I just want to check to make sure.
Yeah, 500.
What were you using this system for?
Oh, I got it from somebody and I don't need it, so. But here's the box with a receipt for the brand new chip in it.
H110, 8 gigabytes, DDR4, okay. And then, yep, solid state drive is in there, okay. I mean, everything is in here, so. Here's 100.
Alright. Alright.
Now we're good to go?
Yep, there you go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Alright, you have a good one.
Alright, you too.
So, was it just me, or was that transaction a bit sketchy? Do you think this computer is stolen? Because after driving away, I'm starting to kind of feel like it might be, based on just the whole composure that the guy had. You heard in the video, he did not build this computer himself. He actually was apparently given it so that he could sell it. That's why it was undervalued. He didn't know how much it was worth, I guess. That's kind of like one thing that makes it sketchy. And the second one is, he kind of, for some reason, gave me the drug addict vibe. He wasn't there alone either. There was a female sitting in the driver's seat. He was actually in the passenger seat. And there was a kid in the back seat. And both he and the lady in the driver's seat, they gave me the crack addict vibe. I feel bad because it feels like I'm judging them. Like, they might not be, whatever. But the third thing, which makes me think this, is the area I was in. It's kind of known for being like a lower income area. You know, there's prostitutes walking around and stuff like that, and drug dealers just kind of are more common up there. That was definitely one of the sketchier, weirder Craigslist transactions I've had on or off camera. And I know I shouldn't be one to judge because I'm always dressed like a scrub, wearing sweatpants and t-shirts and stuff in public, and sometimes my hair's all messed up and my lips are super chapped and all that stuff. So people might think I'm a crack addict or a crackhead just walking around too. But I totally get that. But I don't know, I just got a weird vibe. You would have to have been standing next to me or came along with me on this Craigslist ride-along to understand what I'm talking about. So I'm just explaining to you what I think. I'm not claiming it's 100% true, but yeah. Let's go get, let's test this when I get home. So it turns on. I'm not getting an image though. I think this is the part where normally people start to freak out a little bit, because what they just spent, well, for me, $100 on is not showing any signs of working. But I have faith, and yeah. Wow, I just noticed something. This is what happens when you get too complacent and you check things too quickly. So I'm looking at this now. Here is the 24-pin connector, and it looks like this yellow wire. I don't know which one this is. I need a diagram to be able to tell you, but it looks like it came off of the connector, so it's just sitting here, and this wasn't fully plugged in. So this was hiding behind the mess of cables earlier, and I didn't thoroughly look through it. So we're gonna take this out. We're gonna use I have a good power supply right here, 600 watt bronze EVGA unit. So yeah, let me take the system out and put it onto the test bench. Alright, I think we are good to go. Everything is plugged in, if I did it correctly. So I'm booting into Windows right now from a hard drive that I have, just so that I can check CDI for the SSD. So it is indeed 120 gigabytes, but the weird thing about this is, I'm not sure if this was wiped or something. I haven't seen this before, but everything is basically, for the most part, in good health, but the power on hours is 0. I'll have to look in this later. Either way, it works right now. I just got to be a little bit careful as to what, if I do decide to use it, what I put on it, because it could be a little bit risky, but I'll look more into it. Other than that, everything else works. So this graphics card I actually took out because it was sometimes taking forever for a signal to appear, but this is a 8400 GS. We also have the 320 gigabyte hard drive from Western Digital. It's a Caviar Blue. Let's see, what's the date on this thing? So it was made in 2009. It's pretty old. I'll also plug this in and check out how many hours it has on it. So still in good health. 350 on counts, and then 47,000 hours on it. Let's get to adding up the prices of all these parts and seeing how much they were worth. So I'm in Google Spreadsheets right now. I'm going to list out all the parts, and then I'm going to list out how much I think they're each worth in the used market and total that up. It's going to be over $100 for sure. Then I'm going to take whatever their prices is, divided by that, and that's the ratio of what it costs. And then multiply that by 100 to see how much I actually got the parts for, because I've only paid 100. So if that sounds confusing, it'll make sense once I show it on the screen. But let me do this real quick, and then I'll have all the fancy text pop up to kind of show what I'm talking about. Alright, so adding it all up, I get a sum of $155 worth of stuff in there. And for everything that I thought was not really worth much, I still give it about a $5 value, because they are still usable in some shape or form. So now we take all these values and we divide it by the total to see what the percentages are, and I'll show that on screen. So according to the ratios, I'm just going to highlight the bigger items. The 8 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM comes out to about $32. The G4400 comes out to about $20. The SSD comes out to about 20 bucks, and the motherboard comes out to about 16 if you scale everything based on the $100 I paid. So I think definitely this was a good bundle. I don't know what I'm going to do with the system yet. I don't think I'm going to resell it right away. I think these are low enough prices where I'm not really afraid that any of these things are going to drop that much in value over the next, I don't know, couple of months. So I'm going to hold on to it and then figure out what I'm going to do with it. But that's going to be it for this video. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this pickup. And do you think this computer was stolen? I'm really curious. Did anyone else get a sketch out by from the footage I showed? Also, let me know what you picked up on Craigslist recently. If you got any great deals. You know, thank you as always for watching. I always try to say at the end of videos because I really do appreciate it. You know, you guys are just watching me walk around with my camera, buy stuff on Craigslist. Sometimes I wonder why people watch this. So I really do appreciate you guys commenting and showing your support for the channel and what I am doing here. But other than that, I look forward to reading all your comments down below, seeing what you picked up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.